Yeah, no, this is a crossover event.
The most they do is, like, the skin is referring to something. Like, King Ramus is obviously a Bowser reference, but it's not straight up Bowser.
I'm changing the title and junk, and making sure I'm streaming to the right channel. Hey, Turd Toss.
Are they gonna do the discount, like, League mobile game where, like, they added Batman as a whole character?
God, I hope so. So, okay, there we go. I fixed it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the audio test, where my audio levels are all kinds of wonky because I was afraid for my life last night. It's not technically incorrect. So if you ideally you can hear me and Sam fine, and the game is just barely audible. Let me know how that works. Sam, you're not allowed to check because I have to tell you about this league champ.
No. You always do a check.
And during the audio test, I'm gonna talk with Sam because Sam's late and I didn't get to talk with him before the stream.
No, so. You wait. I have to do the audio test. I always do the audio test.
Fine, I'm gonna show you the champion after then because it's gonna take too long.
Alright, okay. It seems like your voice is fine. I'm a bit low, though.
It's not surprising, because my head hurts so bad, so I probably turned you down too much. Is the game not too quiet?
The game's fine.
Wow, okay. No, Crank just doesn't like doing the live stream. I mean, I think Crank likes doing it, but I think he just kind of leaves it to me, because I do nothing but lab.
I think
double reminder. Alright, double reminder, this is not a normal get great, so this is just us chilling in the training room. I might even be getting sick again.
That would be unfortunate.
I feel like I'm sick once every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think audio's fine, so it is as far as I can tell.
Do you believe in that thing where when you're sneezing, it's because someone's talking about you?
No.
I'm not superstitious, but I swear that one's true.
No.
I started sneezing after 4, and I'm like, man, that would make sense if someone was like, hey, where's Penny?
Oh, yeah, I got a message you saying, where's Penny?
Yeah. I swear it's true. So if you ever sneeze, it's because someone's talking about you. It's scientifically accurate. This probably isn't going to be a long one. My head hurts really bad. But, you know, if that fixes, then maybe we'll go long. Who knows?
Also in Twitch chat, can you say, like, if audio's fine? Because it sounds fine to me, but I'm also very picky. Alright, this new league champion.
Took too long. Now we do it after the stream.
No, we gotta, like, wait a couple of minutes.
Nope.
Please, Benny. I'm gonna sit here now and concentrate.
Heckin' good. Now there's a bunch of people here. They're all gonna listen to me talk about a league champ. That sounds lame.
Yeah. Alright, okay, well, I'm gonna search it up now.
No, don't do it. I'm gonna tell you after.
No, you're too late.
You better not search it.
You better tell me.
I'm gonna be actually upset if you search it.
Then I'm already upset. You better tell me.
You get to wait.
No, thank you.
I'm not gonna sit here and talk about it to people sitting in the stream. Okay. We're gonna do this real quick, because again, this is not gonna be a long one, probably.
They also say it sounds good, so that's... Yeah. The audio is fine.
Double especially, because we only have one post in the Discord, so most of the questions are gonna be from chat, so, you know. Yeah. Let's start with the easy one. Work our way down, because this is already sorted, technically. From easy to answer to hard to answer.
What's the best way to avoid a green spark explosion when on the offensive?
Well, Sam, I'm glad you asked.
Wow.
The best way is to not do it.
Alright, go. Next question.
So... I'm sure most of you in chat already know this, but I'm going to go over it anyway because it is important. But the way Undizzy works is only certain combo stages in Undizzy count, if that makes sense. So I could sit here and do this all day, and the first 2 strings here are not going to build Undizzy. And the reason those 2 strings aren't going to build undizzy is because any jump and attack, you can see at the top there under combo stage, any jump and attack, any whatever, always counts as stage 1. Your first string always counts as stage 2. So you can see if I don't do the jumping, I just go straight to stage 2. And that's any string, including the special. Anything after the first string is stage 3, and that's when the undizzy starts building. Fun fact. And that's important because it helps you keep track of your undizzy management and how you want to do it. But the thing you need to watch for is that green bar at the top right. If you're resetting and you're doing like combos that are too long, or you're not resetting fast enough, or your character's just weird, because some characters are like that and they need to do a lot. What am I looking for? That's what I'm looking for. You'll find yourself with a lot of undizzy really quickly. Now, when you're at max undizzy, stage 1 will not pop undizzy, obviously, because, you know, first attack. Stage 2 is not going to build undizzy. Stage 3 is not going to build undizzy, but anything after that is going to be a green burst. So that's combo stage 5 after the second string. And that's where you're going to get the burst.
Why does it go from 3 to 5?
I don't know where 4 is, I'll be honest. I don't know if I've ever seen combo stage 4.
Okay, so that's not... Alright.
I've never even thought of combo stage 4.
That's weird.
So I'm going to Google it real quick, just so I'm not giving fake information. But, there's an easy way to... Okay, so stage 4 is specifically for air dash cancels. Weird. So I can't do those on this character. So that's why I haven't thought of them.
Yeah, because you don't really do them.
I mean, I play Eliza, which is only them, but, you know. If you want to break it down, and you want to, yeah, so in theory that would mean that this is stage 4. Well, it's not the second time of the year, because if I hit the ground and re-jump, that goes to 5. And that's why that burst bait works. But the combo stages aside, that's the complicated stuff. You don't need to know that. What you need to know is when the green is flashing, you get 2 strings, and then they're going to burst. I can do 1 string, I can do 2 strings, they're gonna burst. I can do 1 string, I can do 2 string here, they're gonna burst. 2 string rule. That's the important part. So when you're sitting here and you're resetting at max undizzy, you want to make sure your resets are always either in the first string or the second string. Because as long as you keep it there, you'll never get the green burst. Now the problem with that is, A, you need to do a lot of resets because your damage is lowered when they're at max undizzy. And also, you're doing a lot of quick resets on the first and second strings. So, you know, you're not doing any damage. Which is why the green burst can actually be helpful, because when they burst, they lose all the green stuff. Not here, because I'm in training room. But when they burst, they lose all their undizzy. I have this set, so it didn't work. But if I do this,
Burst bait.
Never seen before.
Oops, I'm bad. You'd think I would have just done a normal combo, but I didn't. And then I drop it. Is this the giveaway stream? Yeah, I'm giving away
Advice.
knowledge. I can't do my B&B. I haven't played this game in forever.
Maybe the odd copy of Bad Rats, because that's just tradition. But
So you can see there, she bursted at full green. She lost all her green. I can do whatever I want. So that is useful sometimes. In my opinion, green burst should work 0% of the time, because the other person should also realize you're at full undizzy, and they should know that that's going to burst just because there's nothing else it can do. So they shouldn't ever burst. But, you know, sometimes you think it's an accidental burst, but actually it's a real burst bait, and it happens. But, yeah, 2 string rule. That's the big rule there. I don't know, there's so many scam messages to Steam. I don't know, Steam's like 30% bots. Everybody's somebody's bot.
I don't know if that's how that works, but okay. Alright, are we on to the next question now?
That we are.
Alright. Why do my restands reset on Philly if that matters?
It might not work
Sometimes
in person.
restand, sometimes knockdown, then jumping heavy kick, it do matter. What?
Okay, so it does matter a lot because people like Philia have really dumb resets, specifically out of restands. So, like, for example, this. Oops, I'm so bad. Like this. That's cross up. That's dumb. That's really, really basic Philia reset, but it's gonna work most of the time anyway because nobody blocks Philia. However, if you do it right where you don't get that, obviously that's not going to work because they're on the ground. And if you want to do something like that, you have to use a lot more on Dizzy to get the same kind of thing. And that's lame. Or you can just kind of, skip it altogether if you're... But, yeah. The reason you'll see a lot of Philias do that, and it won't restand, I don't know if I can do it on Parasol, actually. It might be lights only that happens. I don't really play this character, but... Oh, that reset's dumb. That reset is going to hit everybody. That's one of the dumbest resets in the game. Yeah, so that, if you don't hold JMP long enough, you're going to do the jump hard kick before they're actually close enough to the ground. It's very hard for me to do incorrectly, I'll be honest, once you light it correctly enough times. And then, you don't get your restand right. The problem there is the holding JMP. If you hold JMP and you let it rock, you'll always get the restand, and it'll be exciting. And like I said, alternatively, you can just, if you're going for the restand routes and you know you're going to reset off of it, you can skip it entirely if you use, like, JMK fast falls. And then you take the JMP timing thing completely out of the equation. Also, it uses less on Dizzy, which is good for some resets. That's up to you how you want to do it. Also does less damage because you're not using a heavy. Keeps them in less hit stun. But could also help against people to mash because it's a different timing of the reset. It's not on the after the heavy, it's after a medium, so it can throw people off if they're doing, like, pillar or something where you can't mash it. None of that was in the question, but I said it anyway, so heck you.
Bias, you want to kill yourself?
Yeah, and it also matters if you're doing a combo right. I don't do the this combo, but if you're doing this and you don't get the restand on that last bit, you've used OTG, so you can't pick up again. That bit doesn't do jump hard kick. I actually don't know the route that ends in jump hard kick, I'll be honest, because I do the TK hairball route. And I've never done another route because I'm insane. I dropped it, but you saw. Yeah. So that's that. Let your move rock. And just in kind of the same vein, another really good Skullgirl rule to remember. I wonder if I can set it up here. Maybe in the corner. I don't know this character. Okay, so if you're doing two lights will always restand. If they're ever on the ground and you want to reset, technically it's every 2 moves, so I can restand like this. But I have a lot of recovery after that, so just 2 lights into whatever you want is always a reset. That's universal for every character. 2 lights. That's also important. Alright. 3rd question. Peacock matchup guide.
Specifically double Bella and the mirror.
Oops, I hit the wrong button. That's fine. So, for double, I don't know... I kind of wish I know who wrote this. I don't know where the struggle from the double matchup could come from. Because if they're relying on Flush Step is projectile invuln after the startup, but it still has startup, and you can still kill them, and it has recovery, and you can kill them, and just make sure you're not just autopiloting bombs, because that's really easy to do, but it also has a lot of answers. Yeah, the problem with shooting anything with M-Shot, though, is you kind of can... I don't know, there's a lot of things. The double has a lot of trouble. The other thing that people have trouble
Trouble.
The other thing they have trouble with is just doubles doing car out of the thing. Oops, I'm so bad. Oh. So you'll see a lot of doubles do that, but this is DP. Oops, I'm dead. I should probably have her set to blocking too. I'm really ready for this stream. That's always an option. It's a really funny option. A lot of characters can do that kind of thing. I'm being bad. I haven't practiced this much, but... I actually don't know which way you do it. I did it the once. I actually don't know which way you do it. But you'll see... I'm probably not using the right... You'll see Peacocks do this a lot. I have no idea which way you do it.
Do what?
Her DP, after they car.
It's the way it's...
I'm getting item drop either way right now.
No.
It's before the super. Like, it's so it's like to the right should be facing right now. You have to get it in, surely. I think you have to do it before she jumps in.
No, you can do it post Super Flash.
I think when you're doing it,
early.
like, yeah, I think depending on like when you do it, like after the post super flash, she's like in a different spot.
There we go.
Which direction did you input?
You have to do it the opposite direction, which is fine because you have a year to see it coming from that way. But yeah, no, this is a thing you can do. It'll happen a lot against bad players because they'll keep trying to car you and not realize you can do that. Practice it. I obviously haven't, but you can make it consistent. Like Triv and stuff does it all the time. You can make that 100% consistent. I'm just bad. Other than that, I don't know where the double issues could come from, so I kind of wish that person was here. But, yeah. Bella forces you... So there's 3 levels of Peacock play, right? Let me... I'll throw in a Bella. There's 3 levels of Peacock play in my brain, right? There's the beginner one, where you don't put out any bombs, and you kind of just, every once in a while, you'll... Stop doing that. Every once in a while, you'll just kind of throw out a projectile or so, and, you know, you're just being Peacock, but you don't really know what you're doing. I mean, this is beginner Peacock. Sometimes you'll walk up, you'll do this, you'll do MDP on block, like every 4 seconds. That's beginner Peacock. Intermediate Peacock is sitting full screen and doing the zoning pattern. And this is what you do for the entirety of everything.
I love this.
They're jumping at you, they're moving at you, it doesn't matter, this is what you're doing. This is your lifeblood. Now, here's the fun part. Advanced Peacock really doesn't do that much either. Advanced Peacock throws out the bomb, gets the item, and then walks at you. She's not really zoning that much. She's throwing out the bomb, she's making sure there's an L George on the screen, she'll zone a little bit here. Oh, there's a George near you. I can teleport because you can't do anything about it. Advanced Peacock throws less projectiles than intermediate Peacocks.
Peacocks are more pressure heavy.
Yeah, Peacock is not just a zoner. If you're playing Peacock as just a zoner, you're playing a third of the character. Peacock has the highest damage output in the game and some of the dumbest mix-ups in the game, as well as some of the safest mix-ups. She is not just a zoner. So, yeah, so when you're playing against double, and you're a Peacock that likes to do this, you're going to have a god-awful time, because the reflect timing is always the same, because you're just doing the same zoning pattern, and you're going to die. Obviously, you can do the thing I showed earlier, where like you can DP through it and junk, but you're gonna have a rough time. Bella forces you to play like a higher level Peacock, where you have to throw out, make sure you have a bomb on the screen, make sure you have an item held, because she can't react to the item drop, and then go in while you're holding the item. Because if I come in with the item, if she tries to stop me, I can just let go of it and get a full combo, and hit her out of startup. Holding the item means she has to respect everything you do. I swear I talk about this every week on live stream, how to play Peacock. But Yeah, you throw out the bombs, you can teleport around like an idiot, because as long as there's a bomb on the screen, there's nothing they can really do about it. It's great.
Eldor is just so good.
And it's really, really hard to reflect you when you're not really throwing anything out. And that's how you beat Bella. Bella can't jump in at you with her buttons. This is one of the dumbest anti-airs in the game. Item drops are kind of an anti-air. L-George just exists. Her routes have her jump a lot, so she can go over L-George pretty easily. And if she's really cool, she can reflect combo it, but that's difficult. Sometimes you'll see Bellas do dash up reflect into a bomb and catch you off guard. You just have to be ready to know that exists and play around it. Like, reflect will always go in a horizontal line, so if she's ever getting near the L-George, you can jump, and if you jump, the reflect will go under you, and you don't have to worry about it. And again, you still have an item out, so you're still kind of zoning. She can't do much. You can punish the reflect after she does it. It's dope. Yeah, and Lenny's kind of just a unit. If you have a bar, just put out a Lenny. Just no reason not to. Maybe some teams there's an exception to this, but really, if you have a bar, just throw out the Lenny. How to play the mirror? Heckin', I don't know. Mirror's a clown fiesta.
Explains a lot. Go on.
I think you have to use the TP to some degree, but that's
you
really
can't
good.
use TP too much
really
because
good.
M-Car comes from the other side of the screen, so if they teleport, the car hits them behind you.
Yeah.
You also have to be a little bit careful because, you know, anything she's doing to go through your stuff, she did it first, so you can do it back. So, like, if you throw a bomb and she TPs, you can cancel a bomb into TP and then TP her TP and then...
Yeah, it's just a climb.
By the way, remember she can do that. She can cancel bombs and delay teleport. That is a thing Peacock's don't do enough. That's a really important thing. Yeah, the mirror's a pain. Honestly, that's another thing I was going to talk about with the 3 levels of Peacock. Beginner Peacocks use this like every 4 seconds. Intermediate Peacocks don't touch it because it's not in the pattern. And Advanced Peacocks use the heck out of this move. You can stagger it, which is really nice. They're already afraid to jump because you're doing it with an item. You can not commit to the full 3 and then do some other stuff. It's a stagger thing, full screen stagger string. It's actually good, but you know, you gotta be careful using it because its recovery is still really long. The mirror uses this a lot because this goes through the bombs. But again, you have to be careful because if you do this and they TP, you're going to die. The way I'd play that mirror is just do some dumb stuff and hope it works. I mean, that's how you play most mirrors in this game, right? Just be dumber than them and hope you hit them.
The dumber one wins.
Yes. And that's all the questions we had for this month on the Discord. So, we'll do chat questions.
Does anyone in chat have a question? Nope, turn it off.
I want to know this champion.
Yeah, what is the question, Kurt? Tell us.
You not explode the bay or jump hard punch? There's an easy answer to this. And I say easy as in you're going to have to practice it, but once you know it exists. No, okay. Stop the card. So, this move's annoying because you can't. It's a jumping move. So when you block it, you can't really punish it. Like, what do you? This move's annoying as heck. I mean, I'm privileged, but you know. However, every character can punish it if you just jump at him. If you jump at him and you block it first, I'm being bad, but if you jump at him and you block it first, you can get the punishing. My buttons are slow. I shouldn't have picked this character. But chicken block, land cancel. That will destroy them. That was a counter hit. That is how you punish a lot of moves in this game. Like, Fuqua is doing jump hard kick, jump hard punch over and over. That's annoying to deal with. If you lane cancel it, you can punish her. Jumping at a Bayo is the scariest thing Bayo can see. If he wants to do anything about it, he kind of has to hard read you. Unless he's using mids to like bring you back down to the ground for pressure or something. Which I am quite a fan of. I think mids are good.
You have to challenge him defensively.
Yeah, I mean, he's going... His only real commitment, like his only real option to fully punish you for jumping at him is Airwolf. And if he's committing to Airwolf, it basically has to be on a read, because it's like A-Train, where it's blockable on the way down. And if he does it on the way up and you don't jump, every character can punish it post-Super Flash. So it is a hard read. We should really have that video linked somewhere. I mean, I would not do Gregor after... I'm assuming you mean Gregor, not Fenrir. I would not Gregor after a hairball, because you kind of cancel Gregor... So you cancel hairball into Gregor, but you're not punishing while the hairball's still hitting you. You're punishing during the hairball recovery frames. Let me see if I can show what I mean.
So I like the cover of just like, other than not doing that, because, you know, the optimal would be...
Yeah, the first answer is don't do that.
Yeah, just accidentally not doing it.
Because that is not a great habit to get into. But if you hairball here, if I hold up, that's how much recovery there is before I'm actually allowed to jump. If I cancel this into Gregor, I skip that last bit entirely. If I wait, I can't Gregor. So, in theory, going into Gregor should never work, because they're punishing you after they see that you're in recovery, if that makes sense. In theory, that will never hit anybody. Yeah, it's not going to frame trap. If they mash buttons after the hairball, this is a block string, they're going to keep blocking anyway. The only time I'd ever say it's decent to do this, like if you're like doing this, is for chip death, if they're really low. Though I do think using her jump light punch and hairball with assist is kind of underrated. I've seen Seb do it with Bomber, and it's really, really dumb. Because it means that any one of block these means you're on the ground, you're blocking the assist, I get a mix-up. How to end a Peacock Robo matchup. If Graham's bullying you, heckin' hit him when he jumps at you. This is a Graham-specific advice. Graham jumps at you and air grabs. That's Graham's pressure. They jump at you, they air grab. It bothers me that it works.
And
Just push, when he jumps at you, push a button, and you'll counter hit him and you'll win.
The only reason why I don't mind the matchup is because I do the same thing. I challenge him.
It's decent, because 90% of people don't do that. So your first reaction as a Skullgirls player is to up back, to try to land cancel or something. Or because, you know, you play Skullgirls and you just jump all the time. That's how Skullgirls works. So it's the Mongoloid grab. It's pretty decent. I've been calling it the Mongoloid grab for years, because I feel like a Mongoloid every time I get hit by it.
Oh, not that the person doing it is
No, I feel like one. But the answer is just push a button. Doubly so if you're playing a character, like, obviously I'm going to Pillar Plus Assist, because butchers. But if your character has some kind of, like, here's another thing people don't do enough. Heckin' Valentine. Throw on, like, Valentine Bomber, that's a team people run. They jump at you, you do stand hard kick plus assist. They get hit by it, you get a full combo. They block it, you get full pressure. You just do it. Not all the time, because if they push a faster button, you're gonna get happy birthday. But Graham doesn't do that. I'm upset that it works.
And then we just put this and turn it to green.
Somebody do it. I've been telling him to stop doing it. I've been telling him every time he doesn't get great, I'm like, stop doing that.
You sucker.
I mean, they don't suck because it works, because of how people are conditioned in this game. But it's not real. Don't do it. That was my air grab rant.
I don't think that was any more Graham specific weakness.
No, that's the only one you need to win. That's all I do. Yeah, safe jumps are great. I mean, I wouldn't know if that's Graham specific, because I literally do that against everybody ever. Even people that never mash, I still just safe jump all the time. Ah, what's a safe jump? I'm gonna hook you up.
It's a good habit, to be honest.
It's a great habit. I'm not at all upset that I do it. It definitely stops some of my Oki mix-ups. Like, there's no real mix-ups on my Oki until you're already blocking something, which means I lose the alpha counter. But nobody does that, so it doesn't matter.
Hey, what loses the alpha counter? Sorry?
The safe jump with butchers. You can just alpha counter and hit us both, and I die. But nobody alpha counters in this game, so it's fine.
Okay.
Let me do this. So here's an example of a safe jump. But you can still alpha counter, because you can cancel the start of C-Slide into car. And especially if you're in the corner, there's not much you get to do about that, because you're just immediately in their face with a car. Alpha counters are good. And depending on your team, you could even DHC out of that and get combos. But yeah, safe jumps. Oops, I forgot he's on burst. That's a safe jump. I'm putting a hitbox on his wake up. You could hear his armor go when I did the thing. And that's because the tier was hitting him on his wake up, but I was blocking the SSJ anyway. There's a lot of, non-tier ways to do that, because, I'm using tiers because I'm Parasol, and I'm allowed to. But if you want to not do that, something like that works too, because they're invincible when they get up, so your normal's going to go through them, and you're going to land on the ground. But if they don't super, your normal will just hit them normally, and you get to do pressure. Safe jumps are insane. Doesn't matter what fighting game you're playing, safe jumps are insane. Maybe not so much in Street Fighter, but probably still in Street Fighter, because everybody mashes DP. And then sometimes you just get super Parasol things, where you can... I gotta see if I can get it. I gotta see if I can get it. Sometimes you just say safe jumps are for losers. And you can't do it.
Because you suck.
Sometimes you say safe jumps are for losers, and if you SSJ, I get to combo you.
That's stupid. That is dumb.
And you want to know what the dumbest part about that is?
What?
Let's say you decide not to SSJ, right? Let's say you decide to beat extend instead. Let's say you beat extend instead. I don't think I did that right. Look, I safe jumped it. I got to block it, because I went through you. Can't beat extend, can't SSJ. Let's say you do neither. Let's say you sit there and block like the degenerate you are.
How dare you block?
That's not actually blocking. Hold on. I'm just gonna fuzzy the heck out of you. I do like 8-hit overheads. And any of those I can fast fall and do lows too. It's that is an insane setup. Froggish came up with it, and I've never seen anyone do that in a game, but it is the most anti-ban thing I've ever seen in the world. I love situations that make me feel bad for ban, because this character shouldn't exist.
Excuse me?
This character sucks.
He's a lad, leave him alone.
Hate this character.
Love Big Band.
Just playing Big Band is a Big Band's player's biggest weakness. Because every move in the game is an instant overhead.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you, but he is a big lad.
And that's why big man smash, because it is impossible to block. If you play big man and you're like blocking sucks in this game, it's because you play big man. You want another fun anti-ban setup? Hold up. So this is all we're doing until I get more questions.
He's going to ban everyone in chat. He might ban the low.
Heck this ban. Ban me, you won't. Dang right you won't.
I can't. Ban this ban.
Alright. You like that?
No, I don't.
You like it?
No, I don't.
It's really dumb.
I'm seeing ban getting beat up and I don't like it.
There's so many specific anti-ban setups. I made one on Twitter a while ago on double and it was disgusting. How to avoid getting hit by cars Peacock if you're zoning full screen. MDP.
We talked about that earlier.
I did talk about it earlier, but TLDR, you need to stop doing zoning patterns because that's what's getting you killed. If you watch higher level Peacocks, there are no zoning patterns. They put out bombs and they run around like an idiot, and you can't do anything when there's a bomb on the screen.
Actually, Rojo, you'll find that was the third question of the stream. So it was, heck you. The first question was the green spark explosion.
Alright, what other questions we got? I don't know how much longer this is going to go. My head hurts, but... Triv. You should watch Triv. It don't matter what you're doing, don't matter what assist, you should watch Triv. Triv is insane. You could watch, Peck. Peck is good.
Psycho alright?
I don't think Psychopath's is the greatest. Psychopath's, one of the Peacocks where... Their Peacock neutral is good, but their mix doesn't really exist because Peacock has a lot of trouble starting her mix. It's kind of like Fuko, where getting the first hit is insanely hard. So you'll see a lot of higher level Peacocks end up using TP plus assist to get their first hit. Yeah, I watch Triv, watch Peck, watch mostly Triv, because Triv is insane. Watch Sev. I'm sure Sev has some Peacock stuff out there, and Sev's the best at like every character. So, you know. How should you get Philia get in to grab Eliza? Here's the trick. You don't do that. That's like 90% of my answers on this stream. Just don't do it. But there's an easier way to deal with it. Because the annoying part about Skeleton is... I'm gonna do this the other way, actually.
Heidi, I play Big Band, and he's just sitting there going like, why?
Just don't. just don't.
Don't.
So if you try to grab the skeleton, it's a little awkward because... Don't TP, please. Thank you. If you try to grab the skeleton, it's a little awkward because she set the blocking. Oops. So if you try to block the spooky skelly, it's a little... Oops. I swear we're gonna do it. It's a little awkward. There's a gap. But... grabbing works, obviously. I don't know if this move is minus enough. There's a gap. I need to make it not a gap. How do I... Stop. Just, please. Why does there have to be a gap? I'm gonna figure this out. It's hard because there's a gap. If you do the second hit of Axe, which everybody does, and you try to grab it, they can jump and you can miss. That's the annoying part. Then it's a 50-50 between grab and air grab, and that's annoying, right? This is the way you beat it. I'll show you how to... You just snap instead. It costs a bar. It doesn't matter. You get your combo. If you snap instead, it beats the skeleton on the ground and in the air. So, like before, when I was doing... I mean, just to show first the ground one. Well... You know, normally you do it after the heavy axe, so... Just push blocking, hold on.
I'll be back in a second.
What the heck is... Reaction shot is push block, right? Why is she push blocking? Okay, yeah, so that's hitting me. If I jump, it's gonna hit me anyway. There's nothing I get to do about this after you block the heavy axe. If you snap after the last axe, you're going to hit them, and you're going to get the full combo. You can remove all the mind games, you can remove all that stuff. Snapping it is 100% consistent, whereas grabbing it's like kind of 50% consistent. And obviously it's still a little awkward if they're doing stagger, but that's why I say do it after the heavy axe, because 90% of Eliza's commit to the heavy axe.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Yeah, snap. Snap specifically after the last one, because you might get frame trapped and, you know, counter hit and then full comboed. But that is also a matchup specific thing, you know? Can you guys do the big band option select? Heck no, I don't know how that thing works. I know how it works in theory, but in game I just get grab half the time.
Kenji's the one who knows
I'm pretty sure Kenji's the only one I've seen do it consistently. And I'm putting it in quotes because every time I play with Kenji, he's like, the OS didn't work. What happened?
Yeah, I think he just sucks too.
Yeah, the Big Band OS is doing... there's an input where you can get a Timpani symbols or SSJ, depending on if you get reset on the air or on the ground and which side you're on. But I'm not convinced it actually exists, so... You know...
And because Penny's actually, of course, it doesn't exist.
Ever been Eliza?
I hate Eliza. I hate Eliza. You got fucking destroyed by the villain.
Yeah, the stats beating me up, dude. You know, it's really fun. This is a team I want to make work. Because I stole a guilt video.
I like how you take from I watched to I stole a guilt video.
Yeah, I steal everybody's tech. And then nobody else does it, so it's my tech now.
If we rode together,
No, you don't need Peacock setups. Ignore the fact that this is get great and that's the point of the stream.
I mean, I'll give you some setups.
You don't need Peacock setups.
There's a bunch of these where you can, like... I don't know how well it works on Parasol, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Hold on.
Snapper, right?
Yeah. You went too far.
That grab? What?
Yeah.
The grab? Who sees that?
One of these. Like...
Where is she?
Yeah, exactly. This is a really gross mix-up. There's one where you can get JLK to hit reverse. I'm having issues doing it. And obviously you get all that junk too, where you can like... This character's dumb.
Jay. Just K.
I can't hit the reverse JLK, but it's a thing you can do. Maybe it wasn't even JLK. I don't know what button it would be though. Like you're just not blocking that. This is a reset people don't do enough, by the way. That's a dumb reset. Because you can do it either side, and it's really hard to react to it.
That's me.
Super dumb. I hate this character.
This character's annoying. I do that setup a lot too, but it sucks. And this one. But that just catches people that are sleeping. That should never actually work. This is a burst bait that works 9 out of 10 times for some reason. Because you can burst bait with a skeleton. Who would I run? I'd still run this 2-person team.
Let's find out why.
The only way I'm running a 3-person team for my main team is if I end up really liking Annie, and that's questionable.
Also, don't forget any doctor was asking there for Peacock setups.
Alright. Do you want like an assist? Like, give me an assist or something. Because if you're talking about solo opening people up with solo Peacock, good luck. You do TP after bombs and hope they get hit.
More than you.
Didn't want to like interrupt you there because you seem to be having fun with the Eliza stuff.
Pushing Eliza stuff. I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. If you're living happy birthdays, there's only one way to do it, and that's with taunt assist.
Wait, what are you doing this for?
Happy birthdays.
Okay. I thought you were doing the Peacock setups. That's like I can like you gotta do the Peacock setups if I Peacock.
Yeah. So usually you're oops. You're a little lucky because you can snap off OTG. So if you're looking to snap, I actually don't know what normally you should use. I'll be honest. I mean, really, you don't even need to use it normal. You can just snap there if you get them close enough to the corner. Philia has really good corner carry on her own. In theory, that could work. I mean, it's her corner carry routes aren't that much different from her normal B&Bs, really. And even here, you can just do the full combo. I'm trying to save Undizzy, but you don't have to. They owe H-Toss and H-Train. Well, the setups I know don't work with those, which is awkward. I did lab Peacock H-Train for a hot second, but I don't think I found any resets. I mean, I found some of the ones that you could probably, you've probably already thought of, like... if you're not having matching colors, are you really labbing? That's the real question. You didn't even care about a reset? Oh, you're trying to get hits with H-Chair and H-A-Train? Neither of those assists are there to get hits. That's why Peacocks run Beam Assist, by the way. Because that's how you get hits.
Yeah, isn't the whole point of like A-Train or like even Brass is just to like keep them back?
You want to mix them up? This is your mix-up. That's what you got. That's what you're working with. If you're in close, that's an option too. But those assists don't get hits. H-Toss can do it if they're jumping in, but that's just a DP. So, you can do things like do a block string, call H-Toss, and then do IADs. Hold on. Be right back.
Wait, what? I have no clue what's going on anymore.
Sports memorabilia.
Maybe? All I heard for the context is just, what? And then she leaves. What do I do when I'm Peacock? I'm the intermediate Peacock. I just do a bunch of spam. Just do the zoning pattern over and over.
Alright, I'm back. We're ending the stream.
Uh-oh, okay.
Goodbye, stream.